Right, so Very Bad Things, 1998 movie. It's just actually been re-released, which is quite something, at all. So I thought watching it, it must be quite old, but anyway, forget about it. So much better than I was expecting. I was expecting this terrible, horrible movie, and I actually really like it. I mean, it's like anything I've ever seen in my entire life. But I loved it. It's completely insane. It's like The Hangover in a way, but not the same. It reminds me sort of like The Hangover because all these crazy things happen to them and they all kind of goes out of control. But it's different to The Hangover because obviously The Hangover is a comedy where this is a dark comedy, but you don't especially laugh. It's just because all like the people die and it's dark and it's like that kind of thing, like dark comedy. Um, no, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. I am just so happy to say this is a good movie. And obviously Cameron Diaz, you know, love her. I love her presence on screen. Sometimes I think she's badly utilized, like in things like Bad Teacher and stuff like that. Um, but for the most part, I think she is utilized the right way, and I do enjoy her performances. And she's great in this movie. She's not the biggest part of the thing of the movie. She's not doesn't have the biggest part, but the part she does have, she delivers a great performance. But I have to say, all around, fantastic performances from Christian Slater, Jon Favreau, and obviously gotta have a big thing out to the guy from Home Alone. Big shout out to him from Home Alone 1 and 2, Marv. I don't actually know his name, but I recognize his face. But he was really great in this movie. And it's just a really fun time. I mean, it's insane and completely, I mean, ultra violent from the beginning to end. You know? I mean, there's no way getting around that. It's a violent film. So if you're not into that, probably don't watch this film. But I like that kind of ultra violent kind of stuff. I'm into those kinds of movies. And oh man, it's a movie that I like dig. It's a movie that I think's really fun to watch, and there are so many elements about it that I think are fun. I mean, I think the cast are great. I think it's a different kind of movie, unlike anything that's been made. Obviously, people will compare it to The Hangover and go, "Oh, yeah, but it's like The Hangover," but I say no. And I do like The Hangover and everything, but this is completely different to The Hangover. The only obviously little similar thing is obviously there is a hangover kind of element that obviously they go to Vegas and then obviously all these bad things start happening and it kind of goes from bad to worse to beyond worse and then beyond worse again. But here's the thing that's sort of struck me that's totally different. It's so dark compared to The Hangover because obviously The Hangover is all about jokes and it's all based on how many times you laugh, if it's a good film or not, like with every comedy. But this movie isn't something you laugh like hard at. It's shocking, but then it's so rewarding in a way, and it's just like, oh man, oh my god, what just happened? But I think that's the thrill of a movie like this that it's so different to anything I've ever seen in my entire life. And I mean, there are mad, insanely dark things in it, but I thought that was fun. I mean, you can enjoy violent things in a certain way. I mean, obviously, things like U-Turn can't be enjoyed on any level because the violence in that was desensitized and stupid, and just oh, that whole movie was a horrid adventure. And this movie isn't that. And I would say if you want to have a good time, if you enjoy violent, dark comedy movies, then this is definitely the one to see next. I mean, it's up there with all those dark comedies that I think are great, but obviously for different kind of reasons to why I like it. I mean, it's not you won't really be expecting like a Hangover or a sort of like well Target movie. Like obviously you laugh at the jokes, and obviously there's dark comedy because people get shot and killed and stuff like that. But it's different, and I think that's why it's so good, and I love the chemistry between all the actors in this movie. I mean, Kristen Slater and the guy from Home Alone and Jon Favreau, they're all great in the movie. Even some people you don't even know. But obviously, there's the guy from Alien Resurrection. Obviously, I know who he is, but I don't really know his name. And then obviously, there's the guy who plays Michael, but I haven't seen him ever before. But it works, and you think for a million reasons why it shouldn't work, based on the cover art of the DVD, but it does somehow, and I'm so glad I enjoyed this movie, and it's not a stinker as it looked to be. Um, but yeah, I think this movie's really great fun, and I think you'll really enjoy it if you like those sort of dark comedy movies. If you're not into that, then maybe skip it. But I think it's great. I really liked it. Giving this 9 out of 10. I think it's fantastic.